I want to enjoy my retirement, even if I'm not rich. Okay? Listen to me carefully here. Some people feel like money is the solution to everything. And though it is a necessary in this world to live, to get by, food, health care, buying things that you need, buying things that you want, the checks and balances regarding all of that. The truth of the matter is, that's not what fulfills a person at the end. I've known people who don't have anything and have very little money and are yet some of the most fulfilling or fulfilled people I've ever met because they don't put all their eggs in that basket. Me, I'm retiring in 4 years. I'm trying to figure out right now what I gotta do to be ready for that. And I'm sure many of you watching this video feel the same way, that you're preparing for retirement. You're not quite there yet, but you're about to. You see it coming, like I do. And you want to make sure that when it does come, it doesn't hit you like a sack of potatoes and you're out for the count. I do not want that to happen to you. I do not want that to happen to me. Enjoy your retirement even if you're not wealthy, even if you're not rich. One thing you want, especially after you retire, is, and this might sound generic, but it's a true fact, is a sense of peace. Not just peace around you regarding friends and family, neighbors, whatever, but peace within yourself, peace with yourself. Sometimes yourself can be your worst enemy, and having peace with that person that you look in the mirror can be one of the most fulfilling things a person can go through and can do. Is it easy? Many times it may not be. Many times it isn't. Let's be real. How do you find your peace, your inner peace, right? Do you look towards a higher power? I know I do. I'm Catholic. So you know who my higher power is, Jesus Christ, right? And I depend on that through prayer, scripture readings, meditations, other forms of way for me to connect to the divine in order to become more at peace with myself, even when times are rough. After retirement, that is very crucial. Okay? You want peace in your life. You want to enjoy your retirement years like I do, in a sense of peace and modality that kind of like makes you your own shelter, your own comfort area of knowing that things are going to work out no matter what. Okay? Now that varies from different people, and I can't pretend to know your situation directly. I only really know mine. But I'll tell you the truth, because I know it, that doesn't mean it's easy to apply it. It's easy to talk the talk, but walking the walk that's where the challenge lies. And in these videos, I want to share those experiences with you all. I want to be able to be ready for that. So peace is important. Peace, especially, most importantly, within yourself, because that's where it matters. Here, you, your I, your person. I also want to enjoy my retirement regarding my family. Okay, let me give it a breakdown. My parents are still here, thank God. However, they are up there. My mother is in her early 80s, my father in his early 90s. And I tried my best to see them as much as I can. Of course, I'm so caught up with things going on in my life. I'm doing all these different things. I don't, honestly go as often to see them as I should. But so far, they're well off. They're fine. They're good. But I want to be able to know that when I do retire, I'll be able to spend more time with them, right? God willing, both of them are still here in 4 years. That's what I want. I can't predict the future, but I can know that family is definitely an important factor in your post-retirement years, especially after you retire. Another couple of family members are my two daughters. They're both pretty much grown up already. One is in college, one just graduated from college, pursuing her master's, and I just know that they are my heart. They are my heart. I love them both so much, and as much as I don't see them as often as I'd like to, and I think that might be on their side too, because think about it. When you're in college, you're not really big on hanging out with your parents at this point. When you're in your late teens, early 20s, you're kind of, more focused on developing your own community of friends and things like that, love interests, things of that nature. Why do you want your parents around for that, right? So I get it because I was there. I did the same thing around that time period. I just want to make sure that I am readily available for them in whatever way I can be. And I know that after I retire, I'll be able to be there more often. I like to make myself more available for them. So make yourself more available for your family members. Okay, the ones you are close to. Maybe try to reacquaint some of those that you're not that close to. Okay? So, there are things that I need to fix too, right? Right now I have if I'm gonna disclose stuff, I have an estranged relationship with my sister. We haven't spoken in quite some time. I like to think that as time goes on, maybe even before I retire, or I don't know. Again, you can't predict anything. That her and I will be able to like talk things through and make things right. Okay, who knows? So let's see what happens one day. But your family and your peace, sense of peace within yourself, those are two vital things I know I have to really have a grasp on after I retire. And not that I have to wait till I retire to do it. Obviously, this is something for all age groups. But I think as retirees enter that new phase in life, that it has to have I believe it has more of a seriousness to it. Maybe not seriousness, but more of a urgency to it. Okay, because peace of mind and heart within yourself and family are two vital things, and those things don't cost a red cent. So yeah, you don't need those things to be rich. You can be rich here. You can be rich here. And you can be rich. When I'm around my daughters, I feel like one of the wealthiest men alive. My friends, too. Okay? I've noticed something as I've gotten older. The older you get, the less friends you have. And what I mean by that is that some people that you considered or thought were your friends really weren't, right? And it's not so much anyone's fault. I'm not shifting blame. Just that when you're caught up in a certain particular time in your life and you try to draw all these people in, you feel like they're your buddies and stuff like that. But then when crap hits the fan, they disappear, right? But there are those who I consider to be very close friends, brothers of mine. I have a couple of sisters out there too. And, it doesn't matter how far apart or how long we haven't seen each other, because when we all meet up again, it feels like a day hasn't passed. And I've known many of these people since my 20s, even my teens, even when I was in college. So, when you nurture, when you feed those kind of relationships in your post-retirement years, it becomes so rewarding because you want to continue to allow those relationships to thrive, to grow. Relationships, true friendships, and never stop growing, right? They may transform a little in different phases, but they never stop growing. And what's good about those is that you're never alone. You're never alone. And that's a wonderful, comforting thought because you got your family, you got your friends, and you got your peace of mind. Okay? Not to mention a relationship I started with this special woman a couple of years ago around this time that that has made me feel enormously wealthy. Okay, sure, we all have money troubles, and of course, we have to consider those things. I'm not saying to ignore it. What I am saying is that when you can be with someone, share your life with someone that you have a deep connect with, which Regina is for me. I've never experienced anything like that. Not like this, not at this level. And I've always dreamt of it. I just didn't think I'd ever get it. And here she is. That is amazing. I think I'll tell a story about my relationship with Regina one day. Let me know below in the comments if you want me to pray tell. But yeah, relationships, family, peace of mind. Those are the things that make retirement years so much worth it. So much worth your job is behind you, and now you have more opportunities to nurture all of those things. Friends, family, significant others in my case, and also yourself. Right? Whatever way, shape, or form that helps you, that's a good thing. Never a bad thing. Okay? So I hope these words of encouragement for those of you who are looking at retirement right there on the horizon like I am, I hope it helps with a little bit of comfort. I'm not here to offer solutions, but maybe some perspective on this wonderful time us Gen Xers are going through right now. All right? So until the next one, take care of yourself. God bless.